Good morning, yeah. Good afternoon, good evening. Good wherever you are in the world. Bear with me, no, that's the wrong one. Right, okay. Let me just bring my computer up. Excellent. Okay. Thank you, Tracy, that's lovely. Oh, I'm going to apologise before we even start, okay? I've been up since 4:15 this morning, taking Owen and Emmy to Heathrow. So if whatever I say this morning doesn't make much sense, that could be why. Right, I am going to flip the camera, and first of all I'm going to share with you Emma's beautiful new card that is going to be available to download as soon as the live is finished, and then get on and show you my card and things. So bear with me while I just flip the camera, and thank you so much for joining me. It's lovely to have your company. Oops. Excellent. I could come back that way a little bit, couldn't I? There we go. Okay. I'll just let my computer catch up with me. Make sure it looks about right. Okay, let me just... Oh, I wish I could get it straight. I don't know why I can't ever get it straight. Yes, it was an early start, but do you know what? It was so easy. So, and I've even remembered to pay the drop-off charge, so it's all done. Anyway, right. So this is the lovely card that Emma Smith has made for us, so that we can, this will be in the download files in the Crafty Friends of Julie Hickey Designs Facebook group. Philippa's going to make it live after this live, excuse me. And you will be able to print it out, download it, and create yourself, excuse me, a little booklet like this if you want to. Or you can just go online and have a look at it on the computer. So I've printed it out, got all my list of what I need to make, my materials rather, and then, sorry, I've got my step-by-step pictures. I forgot to score this one. I will score it afterwards. And then a final picture of the card up close as well. It's really lovely, this card. To think it just started off as a page from a notebook that then Emma's stamped, heat embossed, coloured, added the lines. Just, it's absolutely beautiful, beautiful. So we're starting to get a nice little collection. What with last month, so if you haven't done this one yet, you can download this one in the Crafty Friends group again. And yeah, we're building up a nice little collection. I've got my cereal box, so I'm going to try and sort that out and work out a little file box to keep them all in. And I was trying to work out whether it would be nice to do one giveaway each month of the card and a booklet. I think we'll probably do that. I'd just love to do I might do the card and a booklet each month, and then at the end of the year we'll have all the booklets, but obviously the original cards will go. But I think then at least 12 people get a chance of winning something, don't they? So I think we'll do the card and the booklet. And we've got to work out a way to do it, haven't we? Okay, I'll do a post, and you can comment on that post if you're interested. But we'll do that in the Crafty Friends of Julie Hickey Designs Facebook group, and we'll announce how we're going to do it. But I think that would be nice, because then it gives you, the customers, the chance of having a nice printed out version, and obviously the actual card as well, which is a nice way. I think that would be nice. If you agree, give us a thumbs up or a heart. Okay, so let me move those to one side. And we are actually going to have some bonus ones as well. So some of the other design team members, sorry, are going to be doing cards as well. We've got a beautiful one from Philippa, and I'm sure we'll get beautiful ones from everybody. So they'll be happening in and out of the year. Thank you so much, that's lovely. Lots of hearts, thank you. One thing I wanted to remind you before I show you my card, if you didn't see this live with Tracy this week on Monday, which it is on YouTube now as well, but this is such a, it's just so beautiful, and what she made was so lovely and so clever. So let's use the other one because I scored the other one and that will sit nicer. So it's a bookmark. So Tracy gives you all the measurements, how to make it, how to score it, which bit to cut off, how to do whatever. And then it sits in your book as a bookmark. And what a lovely gift to give somebody who, I mean, I have a friend who I exchange, several friends actually, that I exchange books with. But one particular friend that we share books, if you like. And this would just be so lovely to send with some of the books next time. So that's what I shall be doing. And she's watching. So yes, Maxine. Yeah, I just thought it was lovely. And Tracy gives you some fantastic ideas for children as well. So make sure you go and check that out. It's over on the YouTube channel. So I'll put up a link afterwards as well. Okay, so this is the card that I'm going to make today. Now, it's not very obvious here, but I'm going to show you a way of cutting a scallop border edge to the matte and layer that I've put on here. And I'm going to make it more obvious. I'm going to colour it with some ink. Only I'd stuck all this down and then thought, oh, should have done it with some ink. And I wanted to show as well, this flower is this one here. Now, I'm not very good at things like this, like seeing it for something different, but I just used the flower head and not the rest of the stem. So I just thought, I'm quite clever really, aren't I? Even though it's nothing clever at all. Anyway, so I'm going to use the flower head. I have gone ahead and I've stamped and cut out a couple of leaves. I've got one more to colour in, and I've cut out most of the flowers, and I've got all of them to colour in and one to cut out. And I'm also going to show you how, if you die cut lots of your bees, I'm going to show you a really clever way of lining it all up so that you can have a pot of butterfly. Well, the butterflies you have to cut out because we don't have a die for that one. We do have a die for one of Hazel's that we had before, so you could use the same tip to cut those out. But just, I wanted to have a stack of these because they're so useful to just adding to your cards. And I am going to do a live using my message banner sentiments, because I want to build up a lot of sentiments so that they're there, done, ready to go, maybe black and white, or ready to add some colour to. I'm not sure, but yes, I'll make that my live next week. And I also want to do a live with the foilables as well, so I might combine the two. So I will show you the trick for doing that as well. And then I did also decorate the inside of my card, because I'm trying really hard to do the insides as well. And I should also do the envelope, because, and I'm going to get 2 envelopes. Because I really, every time I go to get a card, and February is a busy month for me, so I have just posted some parcels and cards and everything, because February I have lots of birthdays, and I always forget the envelope. So I'm going to decorate the envelope while I've got all the bits out that I'm going to be using. So I have a piece of 6x4 card, an A6 piece ready to go over the top. This is the bit that I'm going to cut my scallop edge in, and I have a side folding piece of card. I haven't scored it yet. This was cut from an A4 sheet, so literally just cut them in half, and then I'm going to score down the middle. So let's do that first of all. I'll bring my scoreboard in, and I'm going to score at 15. And then fold this over. And now I've got my card front ready, and then my piece is the right size to go on there. So I'm going to cut, let's show you what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to do the envelopes as well. So I'm going to be using, Nature's Garden number 3, because that's this stamp. I've also used this leaf in here, but I also used the leaf from number 4 as well, and the Happy Birthday and Enjoy Your Day from number 4. You can always change the flowers around. You could easily chop these flower heads off and use these, and you could even use the little ones. So there's lots and lots of different stamps that you could use for that. I'm going to be using Hazel's Heart Medley dies for the scallop edge. So I'm going to use this to create my scallop edge on my card. Now you'll see that it's not big enough, so I'm going to show you how to do that without cutting the corners and everything. Just going to do a straight line. So I'll show you how to do that as well. And then I will be using obviously my bee stamp from my sunflower bee stamp set, which you can get dies for as well. Okay, so we will do that piece of card first of all. So with my piece of card, I need to place this just down. I just really want it on the edge of the card. I can have a little bit showing, it doesn't matter, but I don't want the edge of my die on the edge of my card. Okay, so let's turn this over. I really want to have, I need to move it over a fraction. I really want to have the start of the scallop. So if I start it there, then I've got the edge of a scallop on the edge of my card. And then I need to get this as straight as possible and pop that in. Now I'm going to move these out of the way and lift you up a little bit, because I want to bring my die cutting machine in so you can actually see what I'm doing. I think that's a pretty good view. So when you put this under the cutting plate, you mustn't put this part under the cutting plate. If that part is hanging out, then it's not going to cut through it. So can you see I've got, no you can't, let's turn it round that way. I won't be able to wind it then, will I? But I'll turn it back to wind it. Your cutting plate is not over that part, so it's going to start cutting from here to here. So bear with. I do need to have it this way around because I can't reach over. Okay, let's get my plate in, away from the edge of my die. Oh, come on, why won't you go through? Oh, I know what it is. I turn it around the other way. That's it, so I can have my plate going through first. Okay, so what I've done is I put it so that my overhang is cutting against the mat. I don't want to cut this bit because it's going to cut my card, but it means that my plate is going to go through first because I've got it in straight, which I don't really like to do, but I can't not have it straight. Now, so what it's done is it's cut, but not all the way along, okay? So now we need to take that off, and we need to line up our notches. Let's get rid of that bit. We need to line up our notches for the rest of our card. Let me just get that right in place. Right. And now all I need to cut is that little bit. There. I don't need to cut any of this because it's already cut. So if I pop that through, right. So you only need to cut the bit where you've got a bit of card left. And this bit mustn't be on your card because then it won't cut through there. And now as soon as you've gone past your plate, it will release it, and then the top piece will fall off, and now you've got that lovely scallop edge all the way along the top of your card. How lovely is that? So we can have that really nice decal edge to our top of our card just by using our stencil, our die, to give us that lovely effect. Now, I'm not going to colour the edge of it yet. I'm going to bring in my other pieces and do my colouring first, and then I can decide what colour to do the inking on here. So that's for my card. I'm going to bring in my clean colour pens, and I'll do my leaves first of all. So I've got a few new colours. I've got leaf green, which is number 410, which is lovely, and I'm going to use it with the pale green. So I'm going to colour most of my leaf with the pale green, and this has just been stamped out onto some super smooth that I had left. So I stamped and coloured the others yesterday. I didn't want to do all of it. I thought it would save a little bit of time, because I wanted to show you how to do the cutting of the scallops as well. And then I'm going to come in with the leaf green, and I'm just going to blend the colour over the details at the bottom. I'm just doing like a circle of it. You can use the water brush on this if you want to. I think I'm going to leave mine as they are. And then I add a little bit of colour down each of the stems and into the leaves as well. So the thing that I love about clean colour is if you press really lightly with your nibs, you're going to get lovely fine colouring. If you go a bit heavier, you're going to get a bit thicker. Oh, sorry, I can bring you down, can't I? There we go. A bit thicker. Sorry, I'm just reading. Excellent. I will go back and read afterwards all the comments and everything, because I do find it hard. I can't look and watch what I'm colouring and read. I'm just not that clever. But I am trying to actually look and see about the comments. But I do always read them afterwards. And I know Philippa's watching, Tracy's watching. I'm sorry if any more design team are watching, but I didn't spot your names. And it doesn't, Facebook doesn't always tell me everybody's that watching anyway. It usually picks one person and keeps telling me this person is watching. Yes, it's telling me that Maxine's watching and Kathleen Adam is watching. I don't know why it just picks certain people. It's really very strange. Anyway, so I'm cutting this out, leaving a bit of a border around it. It doesn't matter if you don't get all the stem of the leaves, because I'm going to hide them behind the other panel. So if for any reason anything doesn't stamp out properly or whatever, you can always chop those, the stem off anyway. So take your time. I am going to give myself, oh, morning Joe. Never mind, you're late, doesn't matter, don't be silly. Okay. Oh, I know what I did mean to say. And I think it'd be really nice, and I will show her, but it's Emma Smith's birthday on Monday. She shares the birthday with one of my boys. So yeah, so it'd be nice. I'm sure Philippa's going to do a post because she's so good like that. But after all the lovely card tutorials that she's doing, just thought it'd be a nice way to say thank you to her. But she doesn't do Facebook. But I will show her. I'll take some photographs and show her. Okay, so next up, I want to put something over that light because it's horrible. Let's put the nice card there. That would be much nicer to look at. There we go. So next up, I need to pick the colour that I'm going to do for the flowers. I think I'm going to cut this other one out as I've got, oh, I've got 5. Oh no, I'm going to have this, I'm going to put this one inside, make it different inside. And I mustn't forget, because I've done the stamping, I need to do my envelopes as well. But we can do that. I don't think I would stick anything on an envelope because of it going through a machine at the post office for the sorting. But I will stamp something on the outside. I really don't like sending envelopes that aren't stamped. I knew you'd have the birthday post already. You're so organised. Oh, to be as organised as Philippa. Actually, to be fair, this was very organised of me. I think I made this card at the weekend, which for me is very organised. Okay, so next up, I'm going to take one of my water brushes and I'm going to do, I will have yellow middles. So I'm going to do all of my centres of my flowers with the yellow. I've stopped talking, I'm so sorry. You can't say that, Philippa, you are organised, that's all there is to it. Okay, so I'm going to use purples this time, and I might actually use, I don't know what colour, I've picked pinks to put with it, but I'm thinking I might put some blues with it. So can put some colour down and then use my water brush to drag that colour over. And I'm only putting colour on the detail of the flower and then just bleeding that colour out. So you do get some paler shades showing. There we go. Just drag this, add a bit more colour till you've got the depth that you want. So I think we'll have some purple and some lilac and maybe a couple of blues, even though I sorted all the pinks out. Oh yes, I've got to remember that. I must do my postcard swap. Yeah, nice bit of relaxing colouring. Lovely. I think that's the sort of thing I need for today. Whoops. Now let's have lilac. Well, it showed as a lilac-y colour. Come back in and add a bit more and drag this colour out a bit more. If you find some of the colours don't blend as well as others, and I do find that with clean colour, some colours are fabulous to blend and others don't really want to know, you can always scribble out some of your pen. I mean, I could do it on my mat. or you can even do it onto a block. And so if I scribble some of this colour down on here, when I, let me put an envelope underneath because you'll be able to see the colour on there then. Then when I put this colour down on here, I can pull this out and I've got a lot stronger colour. So you can always do that as well. It's really funny. It just seems to be certain colours that just don't really want to know. I don't know if there's a reason for that. Anyway, I just love the effect that you get when you just soften those edges of your pens with either a water brush, or if you're using alcohol markers and you can blend in with a different, slightly softer colour. Right, now some blues. I have actually started, look, I'm going to show off now, look. I started swatching the colours that I have, because it's really nice to actually see what they come out like and what they look when they're blended. So I did do this on Saturday when my new pens arrived, but I haven't quite done the blues or the browns yet. So let's have this greeny blue. And then make sure you've wiped the end of your water brush, because it won't like purple and greeny blue. Let's have a bit of that on there as well, and then we can blend. And I stamped these with my VersaFine Clair ink pad. Not VersaFine Clair, VersaFine. You could use VersaFine Clair, that would be fine, but I've just got a VersaFine black that I use. And so just by dragging that colour out, it just gives you that softer blend into the centre. And I like to go across my petal so that I'm dragging the colour out across it so it blends down in one go. That's nice. And of that one, I want a nice turquoisey colour like Mermaid Lagoon. See, look, Villainous Potion, Wilted Violet, Peacock Feathers. Isn't it funny how we're thinking, well, I do, Mermaid Lagoon. Yeah, I need a bit of Mermaid Lagoon. You do get that really nice ombre if you watercolour across your petal. Oh, what am I doing? I'm trying to read what the comments are saying and I can't. So I'm going to apologise and I will read afterwards. Going to stop trying. Okay, so we really only need 5 flowers. Oh, well, I will colour one and I'll put one inside my card this time. Right, let's put the lid on that. So I still need one more. I think we're going to have another mauve. Let's go for this one. So we'll come, I don't know where this one falls. I think this is a bit pinky. It's nice though. And see, look how nicely that one bleeds. It's just really weird. I do find that most of the pinks, reds and oranges bleed right. So I wonder if this is because this is a bit of a pinky mauve and maybe they're a bit more bluey. I don't know. Who am I trying to kid that I know the reason? But you can see how much, or how much easier it is to blend with this colour. And I don't worry if I miss it. I'm going to just pick up a little tiny bit. Right, if you get a darker bit that you don't want, then just blend it out. There we go. Right, that's that one. Right, and I am going to colour this flower. I think I'm going to have this as a purple one to go inside. I don't think that was the same purple, was it? No. When you pick up a little bit of colour, make sure you've got quite a nice lot of water coming through on your brush, because that will help with the blending as well. I think I might have to see if I can train Merv up to read the comments. Okay, so now I know it's on about an age thing, about turning 50 or 60. Okay, so that's the one to go inside my card. So we'll put that to one side. I'll keep my block in case I need any more colours in a minute. Okay, so look, I've got a bit on my envelope already, so I definitely have to stamp something on there now. Okay, we'll do the stamping later when I do the rest of it. So I'm going to do the inside. Sorry, the back of my card now. Right, let's move these. That's everything stamped and ready. I might need to lift you up just a fraction so I can open up my stamping press. Oh, just misses it. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to pop. Oh no, I'm going to cut. Oh, I am actually going to stamp. Yes, I can stamp my message in here. So from number 4, Nature's Garden 4, I'm going to have the happy and the birthday, and I know that I want to put my happy birthday just under my scallop edge. So I'm going to have them touching. I find if I push down with my nail, that'll usually holds one in place. Let's get one straight. Oh. No, I can see that's not straight. Worth taking your time. Pick it up in my machine. And then I've got my VersaFine. And I'm just going to ink that up gently because I don't want too much ink on it. Sorry, didn't mean to bash you. And then stamp my happy birthday, just fairy fingers. So that is the stamping that's going on the scallop piece. I can trim this down to size in a second. So now I want my actual card. And I'm going to put my card front in here. And I'm going to stamp, I'm going to use a different stamp this time. I'm going to use the lovely little hearts. So I stamp these again in black. Let's just ink. Now I don't need much of the stem, so I'm not going to stamp it all. because I don't need the bottom of the stem. I can see I haven't inked. I don't know, maybe I have. Okay, so I'm going to have this. I just want to fill some gaps in the back of my card. I've got my green leaves to go in. So it doesn't matter about what's looking like at the bottom because we're going to cover that up. I want them at different heights. And so we're going to see different bits of the stamp. Oh! Okay, don't panic. One of my leaves will go over that bit and cover that up. So I'm not going to worry about it. Typical, isn't it? It's because I'm trying to do it around the camera. And I didn't have it flat on. Right, let's put happy and birthday away. And now I'm going to open my card up. And I'm going to stamp my enjoy your special day. And I'm going to have one of the flowers here. But I'm going to have, oh, I'm going to put one of those on it as well. Right, let's do this bit first. And then let's ink this bit. Oh, I need the need the stem this time. Right, got that done. Let's ink my enjoy your special day. Let's pop that down first. Then we know what we're playing with. And then I'm going to have a bit of my stem, and that bit's not got any stamp, so I'll just push it down. There we go. Oh, I'll probably do that on the front actually as well. Let's wipe. Enjoy your special day. Pop that back. So now when I've got one of my purple flowers to go inside, we can just pop something down like that. If you don't want the stem to show, you don't have to. Okay, so that's our card blank done. And let's just do a couple of envelopes. And always make sure you put your envelope in the right way. And then I'm going to take my stamp off. Let's give it a proper wipe. And for some reason, I always stamp over on that side. Whether it's a left-handed thing or not, I'm not sure. One like that, and then get my other envelope. Now I've got a mark down there. So I might follow this round. No, I don't think I will. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Now I've taken it off. Where's the butterfly? Let's have a look for how good our butterfly is. Okay, so I just need to make sure that I cover that dot with part of my butterfly. There we go, that'll be fine. So I only need it on that one because that's the one that I make the mark on. So let's wipe that off and pop that back in. My little hearts. And put my lid. I'll leave that again in a minute to show you my bee trick. Wipe my butterfly. Pop that away. Get rid of this for a minute. And we can do a little bit more colouring. So the fact that I still have, let's bring a bit of card in, some colour on here. So let's bring this purple in, and I'm just going to add little bits of colour to those little heart leaves. Now you could do it direct with the pen, you don't have to colour it in with the water brush, so you could use the actual felt tip if you wanted to, but obviously the colour would be a lot stronger. So just adding that little bit of something is going to tie my card in with my envelope, and I just think it's so much nicer to get a bit of a decorated envelope. Okay, so I've got to remember that the other one is pink and orange. Oh, okay, so let's bring a little bit of pink in. There we go, that'll be fine. And do make sure that your water brush carries on, that your water's coming out. Might need to occasionally just give it a little pump. I haven't looked at the comments at all. Okay. Just nobody get into trouble for watching while they're working. I don't want to be the reason that you get into trouble. And I will load this up onto Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube afterwards. So there we go. So we've got, oh, just lost my glasses. So we've got a pink butterfly, which will go nicely with this one. And I think I'm going to make my leaves green. Let me just nab my leaf green. And then this is going to tie in nicely with the colours that we've used on our card as well. So don't rush when you're colouring, especially with the clean colours, because you can be more precise with that really nice, gentle use of the brush for a nice thin bit of colour, especially down the stems. I always rush too much. There we go. Right, so that envelope will go nicely with this one. And then this envelope is going to go with this one. So I'm going to colour, I won't colour the inside bit. I think I'm going to do these, I'll do these a different green. Let's bring in this, I think this is mid green or something. But just so we've got a bit different greens in the background, I am going to sort of colour where the hearts are, then there'll be some colour there if any of it does show through where I'm going to put my cutout leaves on. Thank you, Philippa. So I'm going to add all my leaf colour first of all, because this pen is running out. So I have to go a bit heavier to get some colour to come. And then obviously when I'm doing my stems, it's a little bit, I don't actually mind if there's a bit of colour around it. I'm not precious about it being absolutely perfect. I just like the fact that there's a bit of green in the background, really. Right, I'm going to turn it up this way. is really strange how much having a camera in your face alters how you do things. Obviously when I'm working normally and I don't have a camera there, I'm much better at colouring. But I really don't mind a little bit of colour outside. I just think it's showing that it's got some, the stems have got some colour to them as well, so I'm quite happy. And a little tip, if you, because this is a water-based pen, if you just huff on the nib a little bit, your warm breath gives it a little more, I don't know, makes the ink a bit wetter, so that's gone a lot better. So I am literally just huffing on the nib, just so it's got that little bit of moisture. I know, like when we do Dragon's Breath, when it's trying to get second and third images, if you huff on your stamp, or if you colour a stamp with felt tip pens, if you then huff on it before you stamp it out, it comes out better. Right, I'm going to do this inside green as well. Definitely helping to make it work a little bit better, but I have to remember that this one has almost had it. It's really strange because they seem to have changed some of the colours when I ordered some replacements and some new ones. Like, it wasn't called leaf green before, but this, before, when I bought my clean colours the first time, they used to have labels on them, and now they come printed up with the colour. And of course I've worn the label, the colour off the label, so don't know what colour it was. Anyway, right, so I am going to put my card together. So with my other leaves, oh, do I want a few? Actually, I'm going to put a few little fireworks because I really like that little stamp. It's jolly useful. It's in number 4. And I've picked purples, haven't I? So let's go with Wilted Violet. And I'm literally going to just stamp a few of these just in the background. So it almost looks like another little flower, and it's just covering up some of that white. Oh, and I'm going to do Wilted Violet for the ink blending. Oh, right, sometimes I can line this back up. Now I'm only going to push down on the bit that didn't come out as well. There we go, not too bad. A little bit up there and one there. Right. So next up, don't need that, is sticking my leaves down. Oops. Oh. My glue bottle's been so good and now the end's come off, so we'll try it without the end. Just don't squeeze too hard. I do like to just turn these leaves a little bit. I have only put glue down that centre part. Doesn't matter about these because it's going to be covered up. So then I've got another bit that I'll have over here and a bit that we'll put here. So again, just literally with my fingers, just really bending the card up a little bit, but so I've still got this nice sort of flat area that I can add some glue to. thank you, Philippa. See, I think your colouring's beautiful. I don't think mine's very good at all. Oh dear, it's funny, isn't it? Okay, so let's put this, let's put that. I don't want to make it equal particularly, and I was trying to show it from different, there we go, different angles. Let's have that one going that way. There we go. Right. So the flowers I'm going to put on, one of them is going to go on the inside. And so these I just turned up a little bit, but I'm going to put my flowers on last. But I did just curl up the ends of the petals, and I put these on with a little bit of cardboard behind, just to add a bit of dimension. And it meant that they laid nicely with the leaves. So my next bit I'm going to do is the inking of my piece of card. So because I really want to accentuate this time, and it didn't last time particularly, so I'm going to add a little bit of wilted violet all the way along. So it's just going to be a really nice soft bit of inking. Right, and now I've got it all over my card. Don't brush it off, need to blow it off. Okay, but now when I put this down, your eye is going to be drawn to that scallop shape so much more. Okay, so last time I cut it down to 6 centimetres wide. So let me bring this in. So I cut it down, I used it just over 6 actually. Might even go a little bit further. And all I want to make sure is that it's straight, because last time I didn't actually die cut it very straight. That's better this time. So then this piece is going to go on the front. And again, I pop that on with a piece of cardboard. Oh, look at that, perfect. And then these little bits will do for the flowers. So let's stick this on first. So some glue all the way down there. Let's just flip this over. Centre that on my bit of card. And then pop some glue on here. This is something that I really do like using cardboard for, because it just makes everything so lovely and flat. Now I've got to line it up perfectly with the edge of my card. Because we've glued it, we've got that little bit of wiggle room, which is good. That's better. Let's give that a minute just to start to adhere. I've got a little bit of ink there that I don't want. So thank heavens for my mono sand eraser, because I'm going to bring this up so that you can see. Can you see that? This here. I don't want that there. So just with my sand eraser, very gently, because it's like sandpaper and it's gone. It's just incredible. If you don't have a Tombow mono sand eraser, you need to buy one. I will put a link, I'll put a post about it in the tools, favourite tools. So I want 5 of these. They're just nice little bits of cardboard. And then I'm going to start with my purple. Pop my bit of card on my purple one, and I won't stick them down just yet. I'll lay them in place. So I like to put them up and down, so we could have one that's a bit higher up. So vary the positions of them. Have one overhanging, definitely. Maybe we could have that one overhanging, and then this one could go up a little bit. That one could come up a bit. Quite like that one overhanging. Blue next. And then the green one. Pop that on there. Okay, so then I would definitely have the blue one hang down and point towards my happy birthday. And then maybe have the green one up a little bit. So when you're happy with how it all looks, then we can start gluing them on. Now I want to hide where that didn't come out very well. Obviously don't want to overhang the edge of my card too much. Right, so that's my first one on. Okay, bring in a bit more glue. I just think, for me, what really did it for me with this was just how different it looked without the stems on it. You know, from being a flower like this, and I just thought it looked lovely, just the flower head. And I don't often see things like that. So pop it at a different angle. Let's have this one over here. And again, we don't want too much overhanging the edge of our card because we want it to go in our envelope, okay? And then we can pop our blue one, and again, have it so it's pointing down towards the happy birthday. There we go, happy with that. And then inside, I'm just going to pop some glue on the back of my flower. Now I think I am going to put it over the stem actually. Not really intentional, but yeah, I like it there. Okay, let's put my lid, if I can get my, I really must treat myself to a new glue bottle. Okay, so my only thing I want now is, let's get everything out of the way. So I've got my envelope ready to go with it, but I need my bumblebee. Now, I do have lots done, but I wanted to show you by die cutting them already, which is what I've done. I will now show you what you need to do to mass produce some bumblebees. And let's move all this out of the way. So let's bring you up a little bit, sorry. First up, I need to die cut a bumblebee. Let's bring this in. And let's get my bumblebee, and I just need to die cut one in a piece of scrap card, doesn't matter where. So for some reason I thought it was a good idea to do it on the floor. Never mind. Okay, so let's pop our bee back in there. Now we need to get our bumblebee, and we need a piece of, we can either have a piece of scrap card, in fact I will do on a bit of scrap card. So I can place this on the top of my bit of scrap card, and the bumblebee sort of falls into the gap. So I'm going to pick it up, and it doesn't matter if it's not absolutely perfect because I can move the piece of card underneath. So stamp this out. Let's actually stamp that out. And now I'm going to place my, you can see, my die cut part over my bumblebee. Line up all your legs and your antennae. Oh, I've lost the... Done it again. I lost this last time. And it took me ages to find my magnet. I just had it in my hand. Oh, it's underneath the bit of card. I covered it up, sorry. Okay, then you're going to put your bumblebee, you do it the same with the butterfly. Put your bumblebee in. And now stamp onto him. And take him out and see if he's worked out all right. He needs his legs adjusting ever so slightly. So don't go and do lots, like do one and then we'll pop another one in. Make it sure his legs fit all right. There we go. And then stamp him out. Oh, I just moved it. You don't want to move your bit of card. That was perfect as well. Typical. Right. So make sure that everything is lined up. Pop your next bumblebee in. As long as you don't move that bit of card, then you'll be fine. So then we've got lovely bumblebees, and we can just literally pop the die cut in. So die cut a load out. Get rid of any hairy bits that you've got, because otherwise it won't clip into the bee bit properly. And with my butterflies, I just stamped a load and I sat downstairs while I watched the telly and cut them out. But this way we'll have a lovely lot of bumblebees to put in our pot. I won't do them all now. So there we go, perfect. I'll leave that in and then I can finish the rest off when we've finished our card. But it's a really good tip for lining things up. You can do it with flowers as well. So if you wanted to stamp and die cut lots of flowers ready to be used, and you can do them all white and then colour them later, that is the way to do it. And everything will line up beautifully for you. So taking my, this is like a bit of a yellowy, orangey yellow, it's lovely. And then I just like the tiniest bit of blue on his wings. And I might need to put it on there and I'll be able to see it just about, because it probably won't move now because I've left it. So I'll pick up a bit of blue, and I just want the blue just really to fade out towards the end of the bumblebee. Let me just, oh no, oh. Sorry, I was trying to get it to focus and I hit the invite button. So I hope that works. Oh, okay, brilliant. I'm glad you get it. I am going to do it again. I think sometimes I just complicate things, but it is easy. And it was Philippa that just stamping it anywhere showed me, like, made me remember. Now, when I want to do my wings on my bee, I want to lift him up. So I just cut down either side of the wing. just a little bit into his body, and then I can just add a little bit of dimension to those bumblebee wings. And let's have a little bit of glue. I wonder if the needle will stay in this time. Oh, look at that. See, it's gone back in. And that's why the next time I come to use it, I forget that I need a new glue bottle. Maybe I should buy myself a glue bottle and a new pair of scissors. Okay, so my bumblebee, I'm going to pop on. I want it towards my wording, so it draws your eye that way. And then can't not add. I've covered up a lot of my leaves with my flowers. I should have had my leaves a little bit better placed. Oh. And this would look lovely actually if you dry embossed it as well, so you could put this through an embossing folder, but do that after you've created your scallop edge. So if you want a scallop edge and then add that little bit of detail with the embossing folder, that would look lovely too. And really you just want one that's a nondescript pattern, something like little dots or I don't know, something like that. Right, I've definitely got to have some in his wings. And that was all I did. So it's that one that goes with that one. Let's move all this off of here because I just want to do something else. And then that is this one. And then I will put a little bit of glitter glue in here, but I need to let that dry, obviously, first of all. But what I was just thinking, I do love how the liquid pearls, or even you could do this with the glitter glue as well. Just do little dots around your sentiment. Ooh, I knew that was going to happen. Right, if you get a great big blob like that, you can either take it off with a piece of card or, oh, I knew this was going to happen. Not good. Bear with. Your finger. Get rid of that. And then we can put little dots down so we don't squeeze as hard. There we go. And I do always like to do 3, so we'll have another one down by the bee. And I was going to put a little dot in each of my scallops, but you see again, I've covered quite a lot up with my flowers, haven't I, after doing that? Let's just do a few. So you can do it quite nice and open. You don't have to be too close together. Just randomly on your card. And it just gives that little bit of interest. A bit like embossing on the card. No, I've got to do that again, sorry. Those dots are just not nearly as good. Let me trim a bit of this wire off. All I'm doing is popping my wire down my nozzle and make sure that there's not a dry bit in there that's blocking it at all. But do go gently. And you do want to get the liquid pearls down to the nozzle end. And you'll end up with air. I can hear the air inside the bottle when I let go of with my thumb. Right. But I want to bring this up and show you because I do think those little dots do add something to the card. And then this is the one without. I love both. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. I think it looks lovely in the different colourway. It's always nice to see something different about it as well, isn't it? Right, bear with me. Let me just flip the camera. I do like to say goodbye. So thank you so much for your company. Like I say, I hope you've enjoyed that. If you do have a go at making it, share it in the Crafty Friends of Julie Hickey Designs page. And don't forget, after the live, over in the Crafty Friends page, we will have Emma's beautiful new download for her gorgeous new notebook card. So it's all going to be around the wrong way, I'm sorry. So for this beautiful card, you're going to have the download available to print off. So, hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for your company. Have a lovely crafty day, and we will see you very soon. Take care. Bye.